Since the calendar turned to 2024, that's got to be really satisfying as well. You have made it hard on stage. I mean, certainly you're not posing as
I don't think it's about. It's not saying like Steve or making it hard, Steve. It's just like we're playing for to be in a good situation, and we have done that. I actually think even through some of our winning recently, we haven't played perfectly, and that's usually a good sign. You got to be able to win games where you don't play perfectly, but you also have to kind of recognize that and find a way to be better. I think we've kind of hit that part now. We got teams coming either to Detroit or we're going on the road. We're playing really good teams, and they're expecting us to put up a really solid performance. They're coming at us, and we got caught on the wrong side of it the last couple of games here, so we're going to try and flip that again tonight.
How big of a challenge is going to be now without Dylan?
Yeah, no, it's massive for sure. Our best player by far since I've been here all year. He's incredible. He's a horse. Even on his worst games, he finds a way to make a big impact positively for our team. And those best games, he takes over games a lot. So it's really impressive what he can do. I think it's another challenge, and I think the guys in here should be excited to show what type of team we can be. And we have challenges with Colorado, with Vegas, all that teams that are at the top of the standings, top of their game, and we want to be good.
Did either of you and your side and Steve talk? I mean, is this a place you want to stay at now for the next?
I like it here. Yes.
DP, we've talked so much about the versatility on this team. How beneficial has that been for this group as guys go in and out with injuries and just kind of manage?
Yeah. Well, that's just the nature of being on a team sport, pro sports. Like there's going to be different situations, different roles that you have to adapt to, and sometimes you want more. Sometimes you're fully satisfied with where you are. You got to find a way to be a positive, bring great energy in the room, and that's what it's all about right now. We're a team. We want to gain points every single night.
How's it feel to be back? 5 years with the Colorado Avalanche, and you're returning today.
Yeah, it's exciting to be back and just get to see everyone, see the guys, and see the staff, and obviously a lot of really good friends and good memories in this building. So it should be a fun night.
Is it difficult to compartmentalize the emotions whenever you come back for a game like this?
I think I've done, it helps that we played them in Detroit a couple weeks ago and got to see everyone, play against everyone, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of extra energy tonight or nervousness, whatever you want to call it, but once the game got going in Detroit, it felt pretty normal.
Have you thought much about the potential tribute for you coming?
I haven't thought about too much, but I think my parents are coming in. They're excited. Girlfriend's excited. The guys, when I saw last night, they were talking about it, but I haven't put too much thought into it.
I know you just kind of talked about it a little bit, but I asked you a couple weeks ago in Detroit if it was easier to play them there before having to come back here. Did that help kind of take the edge off having to see the old team?
Yeah, I think it helped. It felt pretty normal until they came out, for warm-ups, and then I was like, all right, this feels a little bit weird. And then once, like I said before, once the game got going, it felt, pretty normal.
When you were here, you guys beat the Red Wings 10 times in a row. Does it feel good to kind of have one up on your former teammates beating them last week or a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think, it was a huge win for our team. That's, we know how good the Avs are, and when we play those top teams, we want to see where we measure up, and we're fighting for every point, and we're fighting for our lives in the playoff race, and those are two really big points, and we played a really solid game in our building.
You guys are fighting for that playoff spot. You've won the last 3 on the road. The Avs' best team on home ice this season. How do you combat that?
It's going to be a team effort tonight. We know the firepower. We know how quick they can be on this ice, and it's going to take everyone to, everyone's going to see a little bit of Nate and Kale and Taser and Mikko and all those guys. So we're going to have to do a good job on them and play a good road game, be, solid defensively, not make it a track meet. We know that that's not the game that we're going to win against them, but we're focused on the defensive side of it and limiting them as much as we can.
You're trending to beat your career total for goals in a season. Do you feel like this new home is suiting you very well?
It's been great. Just from the beginning, the guys in the room, the staff, the management, coaching staff have been awesome to me and really welcomed me in. This is my first time going to a different team, and definitely a little nervous about it, but the locker room, we have a great group of guys that's fun to be around, fun to play with, and go to battle with, and really happy with how far we've come this year and where we are right now.
How do you feel your time here in Colorado helped you kind of be prepared for that next step as a leader and just kind of someone in the room who's been there before?
Yeah, a lot. So many great guys to learn from over the years. Some that are still here, some that aren't, and Gabe and EJ, Nate, Miko. I think I said it when I was in Detroit. Like, there's not a better group of guys to learn from and grow with. And I think it's helped me kind of grow into a leader. Obviously, you do parts of it when you're here in Colorado, but they have such a great core of leaders that you just pitch in when you can. I feel like I've continued to grow as I've gotten older in this league, and been a focus of mine to help this team in Detroit as much as possible.
A lot of good memories coming back here.
Love Denver. Loved everything about it. The weather, the sunshine. Got into mountain biking out here. A bunch of loser friends are still here. Very happy to see me last night. It's awesome.
Some of the staples you talked about defensively, what has that been for you guys this season when the defense is playing well?
Limiting easy offense. I think that's when we're at our best. Tonight will be a perfect example. If we're going to give them offense on the rush, if we're going to give them easy offense, it's going to be a tough night for us. So it's been our theme all year long, and we've been good at it. We've had some success.
So you've talked a lot about how you're comfortable, or the trust with Steve, but how much do you pay attention to what other teams do? I mean, it's such a...
We were laughing. I got off social media about a year ago when I started to get, "You're the worst coach I've ever seen in the history of Earth," DMs. And this is the one time I wish I was on it, because you kind of get the inside scoops and everything. But, yeah, I mean, of course you follow. Again, full trust in Steve. A similar situation when I was in Tampa. I think it's real when you have a trust in what your manager's doing. So I sleep a lot easier at night, knowing he's going to do what's best for the organization currently and in the future too.
How much does a guy like David Perron mean off the ice? You've talked a lot about how
Ton.
Just keep pushing, make it hard for Steve. He
is an emotional leader. He's so valuable. It's one of those things you probably can't quantify what he brings to our room. His intensity, tough to manage sometimes, but you certainly want that where you can reel him back in. And he has not let this team settle for not being good enough in a lot of situations. So, very, very important piece to what we're trying to do.
Did you reach out, John Cooper or anybody, when you say you got those worst coach ever, like just find out?
To have experience on getting beat up on social media?
Yeah,
no. I learned that on my own. I didn't have to call any other coaches.
Or just is it better just to get off?
No, it's just that's probably the reality of it. It's new, but it's fans are fans. That's yes, it's the way it should be, and but it's probably healthy. Any coaches at a professional level probably stay off social media.
So you guys dealt with in Tampa. How tricky is it to add players this time of year, especially I guess?
Yeah.
Well, you guys have a chemistry. At
a little bit of a different window, but I just I think they had a good motto there of not necessarily buying rentals. We didn't do a ton of that. Even some of those pickups, the Blake Colemans, the Wheelers, the Brendan Hagels, they were long-term solutions. We may have done one with Savard there, and obviously it worked out great. He was a big part of us winning that Stanley Cup. But I think you look at many different ways. I don't know if we're in a rental time frame. Again, I would love it. Obviously, having Dylan Larkin out for a couple weeks, you look at it, it's maybe half the games left potentially. So we'd love something possibly to fill that in. But again, full confidence in the group, full confidence in some of the guys we have in GR, and we'll make it work.
JT coming back to Denver tonight, how big of a plus has he been for you here?
Awesome. He's I had a feel for that. Again, I go back to that Stanley Cup Finals in which Colorado beat us. He was a very, very good player. And even to watch the way their coach was using him, he may have not got second line average minutes, but he used him as a second line center. You could just say when there was key situations, when the chips are down, he used them, and he's done that for us. Obviously, I probably on the line of using him too much, and I might need some help not to use him too much with Lark's out. Also, that's how valuable a player he is.
Dylan is on the trip. Is it? You said 2 weeks. That's
a minimum.
Insurmountable,
I'm told. Yes.
But can the upside be he gets some rest at a
I think so. Yeah, you're here with. I think he wants to be part of the emotional part of what we're trying to accomplish here and being around the team. And obviously, everyone's here for that rehab and rest, so it just made sense.
Sorry, I got here a little bit. How does Tarasenko change things in the division?
Yeah, I don't know if that really changed anything for us. I mean, Florida is probably a little bit a different echelon than us right now. Good player, I don't know enough about. All I know is Florida is a really good team. What they've been doing of late is nothing short of extremely impressive, and it wasn't an accident. I thought we played a pretty good game against them the other night. And I wouldn't say they beat us handily, but they were comfortable throughout those 60 minutes, and we were coming off winning, 8 out of 10, something like that. I think highly of what we've been doing of late. So it's just a really good team. So just I'll add to it.
So is it the lineup that's been skating and then Lyon in goals?
Yes. Yep.
We know you don't look at
success you've had against the Avalanche.
Once. Limit the easy offense that we talked about. I think if we're going to be successful tonight, it'll have to look very similar. We gave up 1 goal against a team like that, got it to overtime, made the play in overtime, found 2 points, but McKinnon also had 11 shots on net. I laughed. We were going through DeBrincat in particular was going through some puck luck where he seemed to be hitting the post 2 or 3 times, and someone asked me why, if we've been on the bad side of some puck luck. And yes, but having Nathan McKinnon with 11 shots and the puck in the slot 14 times in a single night and only giving up 1, I think our puck luck was pretty good that night. So I think we just have to limit him, limit their offense, and give us a chance into the third period.